Nonprofits and charities are always looking for ways to raise money to keep their organizations funded. And one of the most popular methods is to host an event. And it's a great way to bring people together and have fun and raise awareness and raise money. But I've found that not all fundraising events are created equal. After 25 years of watching this, I've seen some good ones, some bad ones. So today, I'm going to share my list of the best and the worst types of fundraising events and why these things stood out to me. I'm Teresa Clark, and I'm a CPA with over 25 years worth of experience helping nonprofits, 501c3 organizations. I've worked inside the organization as a CFO, and I've also worked outside the organizations as an external auditor. So my mission is to help nonprofits answer money questions so that they can achieve financial strength. I want to see nonprofits accomplish their mission and not be held back by money. So you can think of me as a strategic partner. You can learn more about me and see more about what I have to offer on my website, teresaclark.com. So the best fundraising events that I have seen follow these types of, they achieve these kinds of goals. The first one is that they're events that are connected to the mission. The very best fundraising event I was at was one where a very well-known keynote speaker came and was, at the event to speak. And what caught us all by surprise was that they had a personal story, a story that underlined the reason why this nonprofit needs to exist in our community. It was powerful. It was tangible in the room, and the generosity that flowed that night was overwhelmingly good for that organization. Now, it's hard to find that. It's hard to always find a speaker who has an exact connection. But boy, if you're going to have speakers, it sure seems like when they can really underscore your purpose and your mission, they really can bring an even more effective event. Okay, the second type of the best fundraisers I've seen are ones that grow your donor relationships. So they're not just an event as like a one-off, one unto themselves, just solely that purpose is that one event, but rather they fit into the landscape of all that you're doing to connect the interests and passions of people, your donors, to your mission. So recently I heard of an event that was done that was really effective. Okay, so this event was put on by a nonprofit with the sole purpose of thanking their donors and showing them the impact that their generosity was having through the nonprofit. So it was a moderate cost event. There was no ask for support. It was true appreciation. And what was the result? They stewarded a very important, high trust relationship with their donors. The account of my friend telling me about this said, well, gosh, it was amazing. It made us realize what we were really a part of, and it completely made us ready to give again. So they're ready to go the next time the ask comes. Okay, now then when we look at the worst events, I'd say there's two examples of those in my mind. First one is a reoccurring event that has just lost its momentum. It's dead and gone. It's done. So my example of that is a golf tournament. Yeah, when we started that golf tournament, it was the only one. It was the only one in the month of October. It was a great thing. Wonderful things were happening through that golf tournament. Very good attendance, incredible momentum, lots of energy, and a good amount of money raised. But 5 years later, there was a number of nonprofits who had entered the world. And now in October, those individuals that were coming to our event, our golf tournament, now had several other to choose from. And they can't golf every week. So it had run its course and we weren't raising any money. It was really dead. The volunteer strain was tremendous. The cost was high, and the net profitability of that fundraising event was really next to zero. I think $10,000. So it had run its course. It was done. Okay. And then the last one is I want to remind you that events that are just scheduled so that they cause fatigue to our donors. Here's an example of that. I was a part of an organization where they had really a specific ask, an appeal that they would do every September. And then year end rolls around and they had a year end ask that came in. And then turned around and just a few months later, and now we have an event in March and we're asking for table sponsors. And typically these things were going to the same people, all three things. And that kind of repetitive asking, really, it makes donors fatigued, tired. They love your mission, but there might be a way to do this better. So, moving that where that ask in September, maybe it goes to a different group of individuals, a tier of individuals. Maybe the year-end gift goes to people who normally give at year-end, and we're not asking everyone. And then, of course, that event in the spring and in March, in our case, don't ask for the table sponsor. Maybe for that, you just use that appreciation idea we talked about earlier. And instead of asking them to pay for the table, give them tickets, let them come and let them bring their friends. So when you're planning a fundraising event, I think it's important to know what your event's purpose is. I think you want to know, you want to evaluate any past successes. You want to look at it in the scheme of your entire calendar of what you're doing. And you really do want to make sure that your strategy is effective and that it's having an impact. Steward those relationships. They're a gift to your nonprofit to make what you do possible. Take care of them. Say thank you. Say it often. Well, if you found this video to be helpful, then I want to invite you to subscribe right here where you're watching. And if you'd like weekly tips, this one delivered to your inbox so you don't miss one, you can sign up at teresaclark.com/blog.